Okay, quick mic test first. 1, 2. Hello, hello. Making sure everything's working right. Shoot, forgot to put. I know I forgot to do something. I forgot to set up some music for this screen. Sorry if it's really quiet right now. Hi, Dad. What do you mean, Dad? I like to. I like 2D. I'm Dad. Hey, Aki, everyone. Of course, we're starting with the old models for now. As you can see, I have both my PNG Tuber Plus model and my GIF Tuber models on right now. Just to kind of preface a few things first. These two models are definitely not going anywhere. Even though I'll be showing off the new model in a little bit, I will admit these two models might still be in like maybe 50, 60, 70% of my stream still, depending on the game I'll be playing. So these models aren't going anywhere. I do love these two models very much still. So you might see me using these more often if I can't seem to set up the live 2D model up. But for the most part, I'm going to try to use the new model as much as I can. I might, depending on how this stream goes, I might try to do a little bit of stress testing to see just how well I can push my PC. But until then, we're gonna transition in a little bit to the new model. How I'm going to do it, I'm gonna have it descend from the heavens little by little, kind of like how some VTubers do it when they first debut themselves. So we'll do that. I'll show off a few things of the model. Like a Krabby Patty? Yeah, maybe like a Krabby Patty. Okay, I'll stop. So we'll be doing that. And of course, next we'll transition to the little 500 celebration I'll be doing, which I'll be eating some noodles, which I have sitting behind me right now. People order our patties. Yes, people order our patties. Boop! Okay, but yeah, without further ado, let me go ahead and transition to my other screen. Give me a second. I think I have music set up for this screen. Yeah, I do seem to have some music. Let me listen to it real quick. It's been a minute. Let me listen to it real quick. It's been a minute. Okay, I do have some music here. Okay, yeah. Oh, and by the way, yes, as you can see, you are actually in my room right now. Yes, this is my own personal little living space. I had this commissioned quite a bit ago, along with the live 2D model by somebody. I still need to put their credits in the bottom. But yes, as you can see, this room is pretty special. You can see a couple Gundam models off to the side. Some still boxed, unfortunately, because I do have a backlog. You can also see a rather nice TV monitor with a couple, game systems over there in the cabinets. Aki might be able to recognize some of them. Granted, I will admit I've never owned a Dreamcast before, but I love the fact that they added a Dreamcast to this. That's a lot of plastic. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Oh shit! Sorry. Sorry. Whoops. I ended up pressing the wrong thing. Okay. Whew. Oh my god, okay. Anyway. But yeah, while I'm talking here, I'm actually slowly descending. Looks like something's already starting to peek out from the top right now. Yeah, I mean, how else are you gonna play Sonic and JoJo with like a Dreamcast? I know, right? Well, actually, wait, what JoJo game is on the Dreamcast? I've never really played a... Was there a JoJo game on the Dreamcast? But yes. As you can see, what's this over here? You can see some feet. Like, I apologize for anyone that's never got to see my feet before. Like, I rarely show my feet ever. Oh no, wait, is it doing the quick ad break? Time out. Uh-oh. Is it quick ad break time? I'm not so sure. I might hold back. Grippers for free? Yes, grippers for free. Is it ad break? Time out. I'm not so sure. If it is, I'll pause a little bit. You see ankles? Yeah, a little bit. Of course, now you can see a little bit more of my pants. Uh-oh. Come on. Hit this. Yeah, you can see me moving a little bit. And then, of course, you can see the bottom of my pants right now. I still say, like, one of my favorite details that Somi added to my model are the cloud motifs on the lower pants. Of course, it's not a detail you guys get to see. Maybe worse than Ellie's? Well, that's because I have them play every... It's played every hour, so if you guys are seeing a lot of abs right now, I'll pause a little bit. Let me check. Is it on ad break? Is it actually on ad break? It is on ad break. Okay, let me wait. I'm gonna wait a little bit before we continue going down. Damn it. The timing. The timing is so bad. I should have let the ads play out first. I didn't think about that. I should have accounted for the ads. I'll wait. I'll wait. We're just waiting. I'm just swinging back and forth. Quick, Aki, give me a sub! You didn't sub yourself? Don't worry. Just a couple minutes. They're every hour subs though, I'm sorry. Just swinging back and forth. Just floating right now. Don't worry. I think I've been saying no hablo español too much. I got all Spanish speaking. What the hell? Just, you know, just floating feet right now. This is it. This is the live 2D. I'm just feet. I'm just feet. That's all I am. Just feet. Just moving feet. Okay. 15, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's triple and double dipping. What the fuck? Okay, is ad break done? Are you guys back? I'm sorry, I've just been swinging around here. I've just been floating feet, that's all. Trying to move around. Yo, Benku, what's up? We out, thank you. Yeah, thank goodness. Okay, let's keep moving down a little bit. Please don't head rush. Don't get head rush. I'll be fine. That's probably after I eat the noodles. That's probably after I eat the noodles. But I was saying, like, you know, it's one of the details you guys don't really get to see and appreciate as much. But yeah, I do love the details that Sobi did on the lower part of my pants. I really do love the cloud motif and the little bit of bits of stars that she put there. Like, it is admittedly one of my favorite, like, details on my model that doesn't really get shown as much, sadly. As you can see, some of my belts are showing a little bit, as well as, what is this? Is this perhaps a piece of my cape coming down right now into view? Like, again, like, even, yeah, like just the cloud motif she does. Like, even in my sleeve over here, as you can see. Sorry. Well, not really sleeve, it's cape, rather, not sleeve. My cape over here on over my left arm. I do love it. As you can see, more belts are coming into view. What's this? You can also see one of my hands. Hands! Spoilers! Okay, time out. Try to pick something. Yeah, I really do. I just love the cloud pattern she does in general. Like, it's always been my favorite detail. It's like it really does suck that I only show like the top half of my body majority of the time, so you never get to actually see these on stream as much. Oh, sorry. Like, I'm still trying to get used to moving, so if you see it a little stuttery here and there, it's because I haven't really figured out how far left and right I should move for it to catch properly before it desyncs to my camera. But there you go. You can also see my other my other belt, I guess, so to speak. That's part of my little cape. Moving down, you can see also my hand now. A little bit more of my shirt. Wait, am I crazy or the shoelaces kind of lighting up? They kind of do. Yes, they are. They kind of do. Yeah, my laces actually do shine a little bit. There's also a little bit of shine on my belt as well. Just my belts in general, I think, seem to light up a little bit. Hey, Stark. So yes, I got, you know, shiny laces. Shiny laces. Okay, going down some more, you know, we're seeing more of my body now. You know, don't really have too much crazy physics. I mean, I might have to configure it a bit more, I guess. I didn't want to go too crazy with the wobbliness right now, but you know, you can see me move a little bit. Those belts are kind of cool. I mean, I do love my belts. You know, I've always been a belt person. I mean, it might be partially because of my... Hey, Zeke! Well, thank you very much. What the heck? I thought I took that out. Why'd I have the jumping dinosaur again all of a sudden? Okay. I thought I had that gone. Okay. I could have sworn I had that gone. Alright. But yeah, we got more of the body now. You can see more of my upper body a little bit. Still coming down a little. See a little bit of my hair peeking out right now. What's this? It seems like my chin is starting to move. You can see my chin bobbing up and down through my mask as I talk. Not bad. Still going down. Slowly and surely. Gotta peek down? Not yet. Apparently I'm not low enough yet to keep peeking from above where I am right now. Oh wait, okay. I think I can see you guys a little bit. Might be a little bit of a shade in my eyes right now though, as you can see. Hello. Let's go down all the... Hello everyone. Hello. Again, in my usual fashion, arise my fellow midnighters, for the 0th hour is upon us. I'm your host, Hirosaki Reiji. Here in full form, finally. After so long of being mostly a slightly moving PNG, I am here. Welcome. Welcome to my room. As you can see, you know, I might, like I said, I might have to still configure some things. You fucking tease! What do you mean tease? It's still bounce in place while you talk for old time's sake. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I could definitely bounce, but I'm, you know, I can move left and right. Now, like I said, I still need to figure out the configuration though, because I feel like I don't have it. I can't move too much to my left before it desyncs. So, well, in the right, in that case, it just desynced there too. So I'm still trying to figure out like the best. I'm using an iPhone as my camera, so I'm still trying to get used to my movements a little bit, as you can see. You actually did. Can you still bounce in place while you talk about that? Okay. But yeah, as you can see, my mouth moves actually, although I still have my mask on. You know, that hasn't changed. You know, I'm still very much a masked VTuber. But let me just... it's kind of dark underneath my hood, so give me a second. Let me just adjust something real quick. Let me see. There we go. Hello. I guess, just so you guys can see my face a little bit closer. How about, let me just move a bit closer, I guess, to you guys. Make sure I'm adjusting everything properly. Okay, wait, time out. Is there something transparent going on? Time out. There might be some extra transparency going on. I think that's why there's like some extra shine going through. Wait a minute, what? Beef, big, hey, yeah. Hello, but anyway, hello. Sorry. Yeah, I think I know where the shine is coming from. I think it might be because... That's weird. Why is there some extra transparency going on? Maybe turn this off. Time out. Let me just fix something. Does that fix it? Okay, I think that fixes it. I think I had something set up. Because I had like a transparency thing set up that I think was causing some stuff to shine weirdly. So there we go. As you can see, you could kind of see my eyes a little bit better. I don't know if you guys can see the finer details in my eyes. Let me try to zoom in a little bit more, because one of the things I really like what Somi did is that she made my eyes rather detailed if you look close enough. Like, there seems to be like some sort of, I don't know, star-like motif in my eyes. And I absolutely love what she did with them. Yes, the eye detail is just so beautiful. I love it a lot. So yeah, it's like a diamond, like a star, like a diamond. Like one thing that she really highlighted really good. Like, I do appreciate it. Like, it's not something you get to see in like the original models either. Like the original models, the eyes are, you know, pretty standard compared to these ones. So I really like the details of this. Shine bright. Zeke, you know, you kind of said something really interesting, because, you know, when I'm particularly getting serious and want to lock in, you know, sometimes my eyes start to glow. You know, they just emit a certain fiery passion in them that makes me lock in and makes me want to get serious. You know? You have Black Rock Shooter astigmatism. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Oh, so yes, when I'm particularly locked in, or when I just want to show off my power, my eyes just glow just like this. Sadly, I can't blink when my eyes are like this, so you know I'm really locked in when my eyes are on fire, so to speak. Oh, okay, I can kind of blink a bit. Time out. Okay. Last I tested this, I couldn't really blink very much. Apparently I can blink a little bit. But yeah. So, like, when I'm locked in, yeah, my eyes glow a little bit. Of course, you know, sometimes when I'm getting tilted and angry, you know, I might... This one? This one? Come on, yes. There we go. Sometimes, you know, I get angry. I really do get angry sometimes in certain games, so... You know, you might see me really get angry. And angry. And of course, you know, sometimes I could combine it with this so I can have a more fiery, angry, yeah, rage Hirosaki, very much so. Very, very much so. You mean all the time? Well, okay, not all the time. Depends on the game, come on. Maybe if I'm playing something like Marvel Rivals or something. Or like a Souls game, then yeah. Majority of the time, you'll be seeing me like this. You know, just particularly tilted and angry. But otherwise, yeah, I'll be trying to chill you out. And then what else? So besides those are like the main emotes I have right now. I might try to have some more set up. But of course, there are other things that I can do as well, you know. Like, you know, if it gets particularly hot, you know, especially underneath this hood, you know, sometimes you just gotta... Whoops. You just gotta take the hood off a little bit. Kinda let the hair out, let my head breathe a little bit. So gotta... You know, gotta try to not sweat too much. Yeah, that's my secret cap, I'm always angry. I mean, yeah. I can be a little bit like the Hulk, I guess, sometimes. I mean, I know I get particularly loud when I'm in angry mode. Oh, should I zoom out a little bit? Let me zoom out a little bit. Just a little, whoops. Just a little bit. There we go. Fluffy ponytail is cute. Thank you, yeah. I do love my long hair. Try to keep half of it tied up at least. Sadly, I should probably put some clips for my bangs sometimes, especially when I'm playing games. Because, you know, my hair can get in the way every so often. You know, long hair can be a little bit of a pain, but I try to keep it as is. But yeah, but besides, you know, taking off the hood, you know, it's summertime right now. It's getting hot. You know, it can get particularly uncomfortable, especially when you're wearing extra layers like I am. So, you know, sometimes you just gotta, you know, take the cape off a little bit, you know? gotta at least cool down a little bit more. So yes, I can have my cape off as well. You know, just to be a little bit more comfortable. You know, try to get more comfy cozy without, you know, all the extra layers. And as you can see, you know, I do have another arm underneath my cape. I'm not a one-armed person, you know. I didn't lose my other arm in battle or anything. It's just hiding. You know, I do like having the, what's that? Asymmetric aesthetic, so to speak. So I do like having the half cape on one side. It's just a fashion statement. That's all. Not yet, you mean? What do you mean, not yet? What? What did I miss? What did Rim say? Did Rim say something? Time out. I'm lost. Did you say about bald Haki? No. There's no baldness yet. I don't think this model can be bald. Eventually, maybe. I'll think about it. I'll see. But no, I am not. He's pulling an Auron. Yes, pulling an Auron. Yeah, you can say it like that. Auron's pretty badass. That's all. But no, bald toggle. Maybe eventually, maybe. I'll negotiate with my rigger and everything. You can set it up. Bald. No shiny head for now. You will not see egghead yet. It's already bad enough. Okay, let me zoom in a little bit more once again. Let me just fix a few things. Resetting up. So you know, as you can see, we've gotten some of the extra layers off. Of course, there's one more extra layer I have to take off. So let me just remove this right now. What's this? Hello. Arise, my fellow Midnighters. How are you guys doing? Yep. No mask. Hello, everyone. I'm sorry for hiding my face for so long, but now you guys can actually see me. With, you know, a mouth wide open if I want to. I still need to kind of configure my mouth movements, honestly. Whoa, the hero mouth. Yes, who is this person on stream? I know, right? No longer just a masked VTuber. I actually have a mouth now. I can actually talk properly right now. I'm straight, but all you back on me. Oh boy. As you can see in my, if you look at my mouth a little bit, granted, it's kind of hard to open my mouth wide. Yeah, you can see a little bit of a fang there. I do have some fangs, and if you pay attention, I do have some bottom teeth. You know, I have full sets of teeth, unlike some other people that might not have full sets of teeth. Terrifying words. There's a face under there? Yes, there is. You 2D now. Very much so. I am very much 2D now. Oh my goodness. Now, I don't have V-Bridger set up just yet. It's kind of something in the works. So this is just really a basic model at the moment, but eventually, you know, I might have V-Bridger set up for this model, and I'll be doing a couple more things, you know, make myself a little bit more expressive. But right now, I think this is, you know, kind of good enough. Thank you for calling me out. No mask but no bald. Yeah, no mask but no bald. Not yet. Not yet. So let me just put my cape back on because I'm actually kind of feeling a little chilly. There we go. So yes, even with the mask off, I still have all my other setups. You know, I could wear my hood with my without my mask. And of course, if I want to kind of hide my eyes deeper in the shadows, I can. Just with my mask out in the open. You know, I still have that fiery-eyed passion in me as well. But and of course, you know, when I'm really, really angry, you know, you don't want to make me angry, right? We need a bald Saki. Come on! Enough with the baldness! But yeah, maybe, eventually. I'll negotiate for a bald. Or a bald toggle or something. I'm not so sure if it's in the base model assets. I'll have to double check. Yay, Toasty, yes, I actually have a mouth now. But yeah, I'm not so sure. I have to... I think it's in there, but I haven't actually looked at the pieces. So I'll try to get in touch with... If it's not in there, then I'll get in touch with Somi, but if it is in there, I'll get in touch with Rigger Dad and have him try to set one up for me. Egg, yes, we'll eventually have the egg head. But I don't know, like I'm not even so sure what my ears look like. I don't know what my ears look like underneath all my hair. So I need to make sure that I have actually proper ears set up too, if I'm gonna do this. Oh boy. Okay, but yeah, that's really it for the showcase per se. As you can see, you know, I have a mouth. I have my hood, my cape, and all that. Now, let me just set up a few things real quick. I actually have channel point redeems for some stuff. You know, I have them toggled off right now because I wanted to save it for when the model come out. But, you know, I just turned on three new redeems. Specifically for the model. So, I don't know if you guys need to reset the... Oh. Hey, there we go. Yep, you got a head pat redeem now. So, I know some people have been saying, hey, where's your head pat redeem? Yes, I have a hood redeem and I have a mask redeem. So, if ever you guys wanna just fool around... yeah, Dia's fast! So if I'm using this model and you want to fool around with any of those, I have those set up. Eventually, I might make a locked-in redeem for my fiery eyes as well. So, but I haven't done that yet because I'm trying to work on a few things for it. So I don't have that one specifically set up right now. But yeah, there we go. So we got redeems for these. You can fool around with them. But no surprise bald redeem. No surprise bald redeem. I'm sorry. You know, I do like my hair, okay? I'm very, very proud of my hair. I try to take care of my hair, very much so. So, you know, this ain't no wig. Eventually, though, I'll put in the request. I will try to ask if it can have an egghead redeem. Thank you very much for the hydrate. I can use something right now. Though very much later on, I'm probably not going to be hydrating at all. Okay. Alright. Well, now that this is out of the way, eggs are $49 for 5 dozen. Are you serious? The heck? Slurp that soup. I know, right? I'll be slurping something else in a little bit, though. So now that this little showcase is out of the way, you had to buy 5 dozen the other day? Oh yeah, $49 for 5 dozen. I mean, so like $10 for a dozen eggs. Yeah, that's not fun. Eggs are important. Okay, let me kind of switch now because we're gonna transition to the actual celebration. So give me a second. Let me go right over here. I might have to like fix my... Oh, yep. Okay, let me just fix a few things. Give me a second. I'm a little too low. Just adjust a few things. Still low. No, I'll just raise myself up. Give me a second. So yes, we're transitioning to... Yeah, spoilers. The next part of the stream. So, as you guys know, you know, I've recently hit... Well, it's been a while. It's been a couple weeks, actually, but we've hit 500 followers. And one of the things I said that I would do, technically, is that I would eat these spicy noodles when we hit 500. But because this is also a live 2D debut, I figured what I'm going to do is that I'm going to eat these noodles first. And then after eating these noodles, I am going to try my best to kind of discuss a little bit of my lore. You know, as you guys know, I call myself a dimension driver. You know, I pilot a mech. Those are like some minor details, but do you know everything about those details? Well, I'll try to cover some of them tonight, but you know, I'll be talking about it while my mouth is probably on fire. Now these noodles, I cooked them about 30 minutes before stream. That's not lore, that's your IRL stuff. Yeah, a little bit of both. You know, IRL and lore. Sorry if you're like seeing me like move kind of funnily because I'm currently reaching for my bowl of noodles right now. It's kind of sad that these are not hot anymore. Like the noodles were like piping hot a while ago, but now they've kind of cooled down just a little bit. I've been sitting. They've been sitting for a while. Yeah, about an hour, I guess. They've been sitting around for a little bit. But yeah, so no, just a preface. I did eat something beforehand because I didn't want this specifically to be my first meal of the day. So I don't know how. Let me just take my mask off for a second. Oops. Let me remove my mask. I just want to see. I don't think I have any like chewing. You won't really see me chew specifically, I think, while I'm eating. But I just want to see how my mouth moves if I decide to eat on stream. So let me try. These aren't soup. They're supposed to be noodles. Yeah, they're noodles. But you know, I'm still gonna be slurping them up a little bit. You know how you eat noodles, you know. So I'm gonna finish all of this, by the way. At least I'm going to try to. But yeah, for those who don't know, this is Uncle Roger's creamy chili crab pasta. He put up in Mila like several months back. I've had these for a while now, and there are there are basically two sauce packets in here. So if you know Uncle Roger, he calls himself Uncle. And he tends to shit on his good for nothing nephew. So like one of the sauces, the first sauce that's in here is the nephew sauce, which is basically a slightly milder version of this sauce. I've eaten that already, just to kind of get an idea of how spicy it was, which it was kind of spicy. It was pretty good. I'd say it would be like equal to like regular bulldog noodles. But this one is what he calls the uncle sauce. So the uncle sauce is the much spicier version. But I did put it here, timeout. There's technically in this pack as well, there is some chili oil called Auntie oil, which is actually Carolina Reaper chili oil. And I have all that currently mixed up in these noodles. Some extra stuff that I added because the first time I ate this, you know, with the regular sauce, I felt like there wasn't enough crab, so I added a little bit more crab into this noodles as well. Along with some green onions, just because I like green onions. You know, green onions are always good with Asian noodles. You don't have green onions on your noodles, what are you doing with your life? So anyway, without further ado, thank you, Ghostly, by the way, for the model. You kind of missed the whole thing, but I'll try to show it off again if I'm not dying from this. So, itadakimasu. Good luck to me. Check the yums real quick. Wait, what? Oh shit. Whew. Yeah, real quick. Look at throwing up on stream if you're gonna. Oh, okay. Alright. Well, thank you for letting me know that. I don't think I will. Oh, yep, sorry. I can actually. Whew. Because usually I eat Indian food every so often. And usually when I order Indian food, I order Indian spice, which is pretty spicy. Right now, I want to say it's about as spicy as Indian food I eat, but who knows? My body changed this year. I'm miserable. How so? Oh my goodness. Ooh. Oh my goodness. Ellie does that too, don't worry. Oh. I'm not gonna lie though, these noodles are really good. Probably shouldn't have eaten too much a while ago. I didn't think I ate that much, but the first time I ate this, I thought it wasn't a lot. But I guess with all the added crab I added in here, it's a lot more than I thought. It actually is really good. Trust me. Yeah, I added a little bit more crab because there is some crab already in the sauce, but I added some more. I bought some white crab, so just to add a little bit more meat on it because I wanted more. Because admittedly, crab is my favorite seafood. Oh, they weren't kidding with the spice. Oh, it's creeping up. Oh, I feel it. Yeah, just jump scare. Oh my goodness. Time out. Oh, I don't think I need this. Time out. I'm feeling it now, Mr. Krabs, yes. Oh, Mr. Krabs is giving it to me right now. He is beating me up. He's trying to take all my money. Oh. Okay. Shut up. Oh my god, yeah, I can really feel the. Oh shit. Oh, I'm feeling the Carolina Reaper. Oh, I'm feeling the Carolina Reaper a lot more now. Oh. Whew. We just. Still a lot, also. I said I'm gonna finish the whole thing, so. I'm gonna finish the whole thing, and I'm not gonna try to drink anything. Yeah, it's good. It's pretty good. It also really hurts. Oh, my voice is changing, I think. I am sorry. Oh, it's gonna be interesting going through my slides. Almost done. Kinda. Looks like it's like 2 or 3 more bites, I think. Oh, it's so tempting to drink right now. Oh, it's so tempting to drink. But I don't. I said I won't though. Oh, gotta tough it through. You know what I said about having to take off clothes because it's getting hot? Yeah. I don't think I need my jacket right now. I don't think I need it right now. It makes it worse. It makes it worse. Don't do what? Pretty good though, not gonna lie. I love the flavor. Like, what I can't stand when it comes to spice, if it's like only spicy and you don't like taste anything. But for this, yeah, you feel the spice and it hurts. But it has that, if you like crab, it has a really good strong crab flavor to it. So you can taste it. It's really flavorful. It's a really good flavor. I'm not gonna lie. That's what's making me want to eat it more. Like, if this was just like straight up pain, yeah, I don't think I'd be able to finish this, but it's pain, but it tastes good also. So that's like the one thing that's pushing me on right now. It's because of the flavor in this thing, because the flavor is like really good. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Oh my goodness. Oh, it hurts. Whew. Give me a second. Almost done. Because that's kind of what my problem is with bulldog noodles. Like the really hot bulldog noodles, it doesn't really have much of a taste to it. Unless you add stuff on top of it. But like if you eat the bulldog noodles by itself, it just hurts. Yeah. Like, I don't... Like, I think with the bulldog noodles, it has like a more bitter taste to it, which I'll get to something in a little bit about that. Oh. The only flavor I like is like hot and spiteful. And the other bulldog that the bulldog that I like is the carbonara one. Like the carbonara one's really good because it's not just spicy. It's a little bit spicy, but it has that good flavor to it. Just letting you know I'm tearing up right now. And it's not because I'm happy or anything, it's because of these spicy noodles. Oh, it's more than just stupid hot, I know, right? Because without flavor sucks. Girl, remind me of the pain. Yes, exactly. But that's also why I like eating like Indian curry, because at least Indian curry has like really good flavors to it. It's a big ass flavor bomb. So I love Indian curry. Oh my goodness, almost done. Thank you, by the way, Rev. It's been a while. Ooh. A little bit more. As you can see, I'm like dancing in my chair right now because of the spice. Just letting you guys know, I do have a tall ass glass of milk behind me. But like I said, I'm gonna try to not touch it until I'm done with the thing I'm gonna do next. Whether I make it or not, it's gonna be a different story. Because I really want to drink something right now. Oh my goodness. It can also counter science that too, by the way. What do you mean counter science? I mean, I'd rather, I don't know, drinking something citrusy with something spicy, that usually hurts me more. I feel like I should have prepared a bowl of ice cream too, but considering like how long it was gonna take me to get to this part, I didn't want the ice cream to melt, so I did prepare an ice cream. I might just get some later. Ooh, if you're desperate. Yeah. Alright, almost done. I think it's like the last. If I shovel this all down, this is technically the last bite. Whew. The spicy burns are basically OJ, citrus is acidic. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead and take a picture of this just to picture proof that I ate this whole ass damn bowl of noodles. Oh my god. Is milk technically acidic? No, it's basic, I think. Wait, what? Mr. Krabs? Wait, what? Mr. Krabs? Oh god. Oh, by the way, I was letting you know there is a clip command. Oh my god. Oh, it hurts. There is a clip command, granted, you know, it only clips like the 30 seconds before the clip command was used. So I do have a clip command set up. That works. I think, well, last we used it, it works. Oh god. Okay. Time out, let me just post something up real quick. Okay. Alright. So yeah. I technically posted it up on Twitter, but yeah, the noodles are gone. Oh my goodness. I was expecting it to hurt. I have to admit though, this isn't the most spicy. The spiciest thing I've had. I think I've discussed this a couple times in the past, but technically the spiciest thing I've eaten was whatchamacallit? It was like this duck curry. When I took a trip somewhere, there was this duck curry that I had in this Thai restaurant. Yes, duck curry. And kind of like how I order my Indian spice food, I told them to make it like the spiciest it can be, and they hella did not hold back. Like like that one put me in a spice high. Like I'm not exactly in a spice high right now. My mouth just hurts. Like my mouth hurts and I'm kind of sweating. My nose is kind of running right now. But yeah, so there. That's the for those who didn't see it in Twitter. Yeah, that's my empty bowl of noodles right now. So yeah, it was a Thai duck curry that I had. It was really good. I loved it a lot, but that was like one of the few times that I could not finish my food because of how spicy it was. Like I felt as if like smoke was coming out of my ears. That's how bad it was. Like right now, it's just my mouth. My mouth is the only thing that hurts right now. A little bit of my throat, maybe a bit of my gut, but it's not as bad. Like that one, that duck curry, even though it was flavorful, it was a lot of pain. A lot of pain and heat. As you can see, my voice is kind of changing. Anyway, without further ado, let us move on to the real next segment, which is me discussing a little bit of my lore. Just a little introduction about myself. You guys know me a little bit based on like some of the descriptions I have on Twitch and some of the things I might post on Twitter. But here's like the actual like little lore drops here that I tried to prepare for you guys, and I'm gonna try to get through all of this. Now I don't know, did I put it up yet? Now let me see. All right, there we go. So I have another redeem up, which is basically if you guys have any questions as I go through these slides, you can put it up, ask me a question that'll pretty much prolong my suffering, I guess, before I decide to drink, unless I cave and actually grab my cup, which I'm really trying to avoid right now. Oh my goodness. But anyway, alright. So some lore about me. So here's get to know Hirosaki Reiji time. So who am I? So, as you know, my name is Hirosaki Reiji. Right beside it, you can see the 4 kanji for the name, the first 2 representing Hirosaki.
And May Katsumi says, are you feeling it now, Mr. Crab?
Yes I am. A little too much. Oh my god, Mr. Crab, stop. My mouth hurts. And yeah, the first 2 kanji is for Hirosaki. The second 2 kanji is for Reiji. Technically, you can also read this kanji as Gozen Reiji, which is actually the term in Japanese for midnight, which is where, you know, kind of where Midnighters comes from, you know what I mean. So yes, so technically my name does mean midnight, or I think like literally it means 0 hours before noon, I think, if I remember correctly. If it's that's the literal translation. Oh my goodness. Age, yeah, late 20s, early 30s. We'll leave it vague a little bit, mainly because I'm from another planet. Like on my own home planet, I'm kind of in my 30s. Here in Earth, I'm not so sure. how that properly translates, because there's a little bit of a time difference, I guess, with how time passes between my world and here. Of course, I'm male, I'm a guy. He, him, if you really want to be specific with pronouns. And of course, my whole world is called Altera. Well, Altera is specifically the planet I'm from. On that planet, I'm specifically from the land of Kaguya. So, yeah, as you can see, my head's kind of in the way, but a young man who works as a dimension driver, a dimension traveling organization devoted to fighting against an interdimensional threat known as the Index, which we'll get to Index in a little bit. A native to the country of Kaguya on the planet Altera. His current assignment brings him to the dimension where Earth exists to serve as one of its protectors. Not that Earth actually needs one, which, as you guys know, kind of, Earth has a lot of things going for it right now. It honestly does. Earth doesn't really need our protection. You guys have, well, lots of, extraterrestrial beings, supernatural demons, also your own mecha cores here and there. So technically, our existence isn't really necessary here, but just for safety measures, I'm assigned over here. Funny enough, rumor has it that he was actually exiled to work on Earth as punishment. I don't know why. I'm not so sure why. It's totally not because of something I did in my previous assignment or anything, but who knows? I just know I'm here. I'm trying to protect everyone. Okay, I'm not dangerous or anything. All right, I'm not gonna be more of a threat. I promise. To alleviate some of his boredom, he currently tries to do a bit of live streaming when not busy with his official duties. Which, yeah, I do my dimension drivers mainly on a set schedule. I always devote 3 days a week to exploring this part of the galaxy, trying to survey planets, look out for, of course, the Index, which are a major threat to any dimension. Again, though, Earth, I think, is kind of covered for the most part, but technically I am here partially as, I guess, an advisor in case the Index do come and invade. Which, speaking of the Index, so what are the Index? So, the Index stands for Interdimensional Xenodemons, or, Index for short. So, they're a race of dimension-traveling monsters that are destruction incarnate. It is still unknown as to why they invade other dimensions, with the sole intent of bringing it to ruin. They're classified as an apocalyptic catastrophe by the dimension drivers, especially because they were responsible for the loss of over half of the Akasha dimension, where the drivers originate from. Can you date one? You could try. I mean, some might be considered sexy, to other people. Who knows? If you could communicate to them, maybe they might consider it. Of course, there is the consideration of the size difference. How big are they? If you guys really want to ask questions, try using the redeem, if anything. Now, did the text-to-speech even work? Hold up. Did it not work here? Those oh, shoot. I might have... Give me a... Oh, crap. Oh, man, I forgot to set that up on this one. No, it's like, I did forget to do the... I didn't add the text-to-speech to this scene specifically. Damn it! That's one thing I forgot to do. I mean, you can still redeem it though, but yeah, I'm paying attention to chat. It's just, I had set it up such that text-to-speech would go off, just in case if my eyes are too teary and I can't read chat a little bit because of the spice. Whew. But yeah, but how big are they? How big is Babkata? I can't remember. How big did I make Bab? They're basically giant mechas. It's out of stock for... Wait, what? What do you mean it's out of stock? I didn't put a set limit to how many times it can be redeemed. I just put a timer on it. What? Oh, let me peek over real quick.
WCG Stark says, how big are they?
Oh, there we go. Yeah, okay. So my texture speak is working. Okay, it did work. Yay! I did set it up. It's just I don't see the thing on this scene, so I didn't think it would work. How big are they? So yeah, they're like maybe twice the size of my mecha, and my mecha is, well, it depends. It depends on the class. As you can see, there are multiple types. Like right now, above my head is what we call the Pride class, which is one of their more elite fighting forces that I fight against. Off to the left side, there are other designs as well, which admittedly these are just sketches. These aren't actually final designs for them. But yeah, there are other types as well. Each one might possibly be named after a different, cardinal sin. So we might have a Wrath class, or a Lust class, or a Sloth class as well. So there might be like specifically 7 classifications of these Xenodemons. Would you want to date one? Maybe. You might be particularly interested in the Lust class, if anything. So who knows? Of course, you'll be dating a giant interdimensional being. So, there's that. If you can handle the large size difference, then who knows? You might have fun. But you can't. I mean, you'll be riding these things a different way, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, just be safe. You wouldn't want to, though. They might destroy you in a different way. Anyway, next slide. So, how do I fight them? So here it is. This is my personal unit, the ATX-001/PK, the Babkatha Arisen, which is technically the second version of my mech. So meet the Babkatha. It is a giant palatable mecha known as an arcane mechina. The Babkatha is Hirosaki Reiji's personal unit. It is a transformable close to mid-range fighter that utilizes a special etheric control and emissions system, or ACE system for short, known as Claim Slash. The arcane mechina were designed through a collaboration between two leading Aether technology groups, Kaguya's Tsukiyomi Technologies and Tuata's Argetlam Industries. So yeah, this is my baby. It was a collab between two of the biggest developers in my home world. I love it a lot. This thing's my baby. Right here, my life partner. The Babkatha is also referred to as Yogarasu or Night Raven. It's pretty much my own personal nickname for this mech. So, I might call it Babkatha, every now and then I might call it Yogarasu. Either way, this is my mech right here. So arcane mechinas are considered the current epitome of weaponized ether technology, specifically in my world of Altera, primarily designed to fight against the Index threat. Due to the nature of the mechina's core, only those from the Akasha dimension are able to pilot these machines. Hey, Sobi! How are you doing, Mom? Hi. You kind of missed me revealing the whole model. But hi. It's working fine, as you can see. Hey, look, it's my mom. Don't mind me. I'm in pain right now. I ate something spicy. My mouth hurts. Your son's in pain right now, but it's fine. I'm okay. I'm surviving. I'm gonna rewatch it again. Okay, no problem. I'll try to maybe post this also on YouTube, I guess. I literally just woke up. Oh, okay. Well, good morning. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm fine. I haven't drunk any milk yet. I'm surviving. Surprisingly enough, I thought this would be worse, but it still hurts. Okay, but yeah, this is the Babkatha. I do have the files for the original as well. Just I wanted to showcase this one because this is the main model that I'll be going with for the moment. Oh, thank you very much for the head pats. Yeah, that's one of the main things I wanted to set up because people keep asking me for a head pat redeem. So now people can actually pet me. Mainly if I'm using this model. It's only for this model that people can pet me. But yeah, I guess if you guys, I mean, later on, if you guys actually want to see it, you guys can add. Yes. Everyone's asking for a bald redeem. I don't know if the original model is bald enough that I can do a bald redeem. Oh, if it's already set up, I'll just ask you know who to set it up for me. I was gonna ask you that. I'm not so sure if bald was part of some of the things I can do on this model eventually, because everyone wants me to lose my hair, even though I love the hair that you gave me. Everyone wants to see my bald head. I don't know if you have to design stuff though, because I don't know if you design my ears and everything. So let me check. Yeah. But yeah, who knows? Maybe she'll get right on it. Egg. Oh god. My head. Okay, so moving along from here, you know, just a little bit more about me now that we've talked about my baby up here, the Babkata. So a little bit more, some basic stuff. So any likes and dislikes. So some of my likes, of course, I love mechas. I love giant robots. You know, especially of course my Babkata. You know, Babkata is always gonna be my #1 favorite, but you know, the mecha genre is my favorite thing. Whether it's Armored Core, Gundam, you know, Mazinger Z, Gurren Lagann, you know, giant robots are just awesome, you know. If I could pilot all the giant robots, I would pilot all the giant robots. And of course gaming, you know, as you know, my Twitch is mostly a gaming channel. You know, I will mostly game a lot. You know, I try to play mecha games every now and then, but of course I play a little bit of everything, you know. You know, I love Monster Hunter, so I've been playing quite a bit of Monster Hunter. I'm a big gamer. I just game. And when I game hard, as you guys know. I can go like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 hours straight without really feeling any tired. You know, without feeling tired at all. The only thing stopping me is just, you know, adult responsibilities. Oh god, my throat feels... I don't know if I sound different to you, but I sound different to myself right now. It's like I think my tone has gotten an octave lower or something. I don't know, that's just me though. That's how I hear myself right now. Oh my goodness. So yes, gaming a lot. Of course, I like gaming with friends as well, which if anybody has Elden Ring Night Rain, please. I need 2 people to run with. I mean, I don't mind playing the game by myself, but if there's 2 people available to play Night Rain with, let me know. I will be glad to play with you, because I want to play with people. Yes, anyway, definitely you. It just sucks that there's no dual queuing. That's the thing that it's kind of sad that you can't dual queue and have like a 3rd random join in. Like that's so. Definitely want to play Night Rain. I tested it out, and surprisingly enough, my PC can run Night Rain. In fact, maybe an hour from now, after this stream, maybe I'll do a little bit of Night Rain, because I know there's a tutorial section. So I might boot up Night Rain for fun and try to run this model at the same time. There's a mod for dual queues. Tried it out last night. Oh, okay, interesting. Huh. Okay. But I mean, I do want them to integrate it, like, naturally. That's what I'm saying. Hopefully they actually add it naturally into the game. Oh, no, wait! No! Oh, ad break. Okay, I'm gonna shut up for a little bit. Oh my god, my mouth! No, ad break. Still 3-player scaling, though. Okay. Okay, that's good. Alright, but yeah, I'm gonna just sit here while waiting for you guys. This is gonna prolong my suffering even more. I gotta wait for 3 minutes. Oh no. I wanna drink some milk. Okay, I'm just gonna wait here, guys. It's okay. I'm patient. I'll be good. I'll see you guys after the ad break. Okay. Okay. Oh, there it is. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yes, ad break, ad break. How about let me fix a few things. Oh, ad break's done? Is it? Must be like 3 minutes. Hold up. Oh, it's done. Okay, welcome back, welcome back. Alright, alright, alright. Oh my goodness. Step up. Let me check. Let me fix some things again, real quick. Property, not property. Let me just fix something because right. Let me just turn this off. There we go. Now you can actually see my tongue. Sorry. Because originally when I was setting up the live 2D model, I was trying to. I couldn't figure out how to make the background transparent on VTube Studio. So for a while I was using technically magenta screen instead of green screen because sadly like my hair gets caught when I use green screen, so I ended up using magenta instead. But I'm realizing now that it's hiding my tongue because of that. I forgot to turn it off though because I eventually figured out how to hide the background and make the background transparent. But for a while I was using magenta screen transparency initially, so there. I forgot to fix that. But to see you play Night Raid with Uwe and trying not to look angry. Oh no. Well, I mean, I don't know, because like Night Raid does seem easier, I guess. Yes, Sprout 2. No, that's fine. It's like I had to do like something extra that I didn't realize I needed to do. That's why. So I already fixed it technically, just I forgot to turn off the magenta filter. So yeah, my tongue was actually missing. I'm sorry. But yeah, like the thing is like Night Rain, well, I mean it depends like how well you progress through the maps, but the difficulty in Night Rain doesn't seem as bad. In my opinion. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but we'll see. Because it is very RNG as well. Anyway, okay, so continuing on, Japanese anime, manga, and light novels. I love them all. Granted, admittedly, I don't read manga as much as I used to. I used to read a lot, but recently, like, I read less manga, but I still watch a lot of anime, and like, I read light novels every now and then. I do prefer light novels the most, just because a lot of, like, my current favorite series right now is 86, and I've been collecting those light novels like mad. I absolutely love 86. I'm currently waiting for the Audible for the final chapter, the final volume to come out. So, yeah, I love light novels. Yes, 86 is awesome. 86 is so good. I can't wait for season 3. Technically, is it season 3, season 2? I don't know if you like consider the second half of the 86 anime to be season 2 or just season 1.5. So basically, I just want the next season. I can't wait. I really want to watch more of it. I really want to see how they animate the next parts because I already know what happens because I read the novel, but I really want to see what happens. I want to see it animated in full glory now, just knowing what's gonna happen next. Of course, I read a lot of webcomics as well, like mostly webtoons. I might be one of those that will say that yeah, I've read Solo Leveling before it was famous, before it was anime. I read Solo Leveling, although my current favorite is I have like several current favorites. Like The World After the Fall, I think is one of them. The World After the Fall, which updated today. Actually, I was actually reading that a little while ago, before debut. And then, of course, The Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint is another one, which is made technically by the same author as well. And I read a lot of webtoons, mostly on I read mostly on webtoons, but I do love reading webcomics. They're just fun. Like I did used to, granted, I need to catch up, but it just that I got lost because I wasn't reading it on webtoons initially, so it was like way before I got webtoons. But I do need to read what was that gun called again? The Tower of God. I used to read Tower of God a lot, but I'm like way behind now. I just remembered That was like on the second half, but it's the original website I was reading it on before Webtoons went down. Hey Wong, thank you very much, by the way. It's still the dino. I know, right? I need to fix that. I could have sworn I took that off, but I guess not. Either that or it reset. I'll have to fix it. The jumping dino. It's a cute jumping dino, though. Good jumping dino. Yep. And of course, as you guys know, I'm a foodie, which, you know, the reason why I wanted to eat noodles on stream is because I love food. So, experiencing culture through food, mainly. Like, I'm very adventurous when it comes to food, especially because, you know, I'm a dimension driver. I go to different dimensions, and because I go to different dimensions, I experience, you know, I meet different natives of different planets, experience different cultures. So, one of the things that is always an interest to me is trying out the local cuisine. No matter how disgusting it might look, or strange, you know, if it's edible, I will probably eat it. So yeah, I love food. Like I'm just a big foodie. You know, it's just my nature. Like I love trying different things. Of course, like one of the things that I can't, like the only food, you know, cuisine I won't eat are bugs. Not because I don't like bugs, but because apparently the one bug dish I did try like several years back, kind of I got an allergic reaction to it. So for the sake of not dying, I swore off never to eat another bug dish. Only because of that. Because it might have made my lips and hands swell up, and the one thing I don't want to risk is it closing up my throat and me, you know, suffocating. So yeah, never again, unfortunately. As much as I'm curious about various bug dishes like cricket or, you know, ant or stuff like that, I won't try it for the sake of not dying. So that's the only thing. That's the only thing I can't eat. But other food, you know, other animals like, you know, snake or alligator or ostrich, you know, squirrel, armadillo. Like if someone has a cuisine of those kinds of different animals, I will probably eat it. Most likely. Most definitely. Okay. Yeah, that's some of the likes. I mean, of course I have other likes, but I just wanted to list a few here. You know, I didn't want to make this slide a little too long. My god, that's exotic. Yeah, exotic foods. I like eating exotic things. You know? I've tried, like, you know, I've tried Filipino balut. I've eaten Chinese chicken feet. You know, I've had jellyfish. You know, I've tried durian, which I don't hate, surprisingly enough. I don't actually hate durian. I've had durian in the past. What else? I've had, you know, an actual whole frog. Yes, I've had frog. I've actually had frog. That was actually pretty interesting. Like, I like frog legs in general, but whole frog, yeah, I've had it in, like, I can't remember how it was cooked. I just know it was chopped up and put in, like, a lot of spices. That's what I kind of remember. But frog is pretty good. Frog is good. Granted, it was like, I don't know, it was cut up, added with a lot of, like, veggies and spices and stuff. It does taste like chicken. Yes, it does. It does. Especially like frog legs. I love frog legs. Like there's a whatchamacallit? There's like a New Orleans cuisine place kind of near me that I used to order like frog legs a lot from. I haven't eaten there in a minute, but yeah, I love frog legs. Poor Kirby. Yes, poor Kermit. I'm sorry, Kermit. I'm sorry. I have to eat you. You can join Miss Piggy because Miss Piggy goes in my belly too. Oh my goodness. Alright, anyway, some dislikes as well. So, you know, number one is always going to be the index. The index are our mortal enemy. You know, for us dimension drivers, they are kill on sight. You know, we will not negotiate with them. If Earthlings want to try negotiate with them, by all means, you can, but we strongly advise against it. You guys want to try dating them, you guys can, but we strongly advise against it. If I come across one, I will blow it up with no hesitation. That's the number one dislike for me. internet and technical problems. As you guys know, I've had it a couple times. You know, I've had instances where my upload speeds are just in the gutter, so it doesn't allow me to do any streaming or gaming whatsoever. So yes, I absolutely hate those. It makes me bored. Granted, I could always just pull up a video game where I don't need to be online, but for the most part, yeah, I don't like having, and technical difficulties especially, like whether it's technical difficulties with my mech or with just hardware I'm using in general. I'm not a hardware person. I'm not a mechanic or a technician or anything. So when I have those problems, yeah, it drives me nuts. Because I'm always going to have to pester somebody specialized to help me with those problems. Playing competitive games solo, yes, I'm not a competitive gamer. You guys do see me play Marvel Rivals. I will never play that by myself. You will never see me queue by myself. I will always play with other people. If for some reason I do play a competitive game by myself, you will be hearing me scream in anger the whole time. Because I get particularly more tilted when I'm playing by myself when it comes to competitive games. So yeah, just it's not something I like doing, not as much anymore. Like I used to kind of do that with League. You know, granted I had like some people I'd play with, but I'd also try to play by myself every now and then, and I noticed how quickly my blood pressure would spike and my anger would spike playing by myself. So I try not to. It might maybe it'll happen, I don't know. Maybe I'll make it a request that you guys could force me to play a competitive game solo, but I'm definitely not gonna enjoy it. It'll just be for your guys' sole entertainment and my suffering, if anything. So yeah, no competitive games otherwise by myself. My curse note is carpal tunnel. Yes, I have carpal tunnel. Mainly because of a game that starts with League and ends with Legends. But yeah, ever since playing that, my wrists aren't as, my hands aren't as good as they used to be. It might also be mainly due to the fact of how I was positioned when I was playing those games as well. Could have been like my own, positioning. But yeah, my wrists are a mess. I'm not gonna lie. It's hard for me to play keyboard and mouse. Like, that's why I don't play keyboard and mouse for the most part. If I'm gonna play a game, it's gonna be with a controller, because at least with a controller I can last a lot longer than like an hour and a half, depending on the game. Like usually, especially with like mouse movements, like playing prolonged with a mouse just wears my wrist out really quickly. So that's why I don't play, I try not to play anything that forces me to play on playing controller with League. I mean, if there was like a good like controller setup for League, I would do it. I'm not gonna lie. Like, if you could play League like you could play Pokemon Unite, then I would do it. You know what I mean? Because, Pokemon Unite you can play on a controller. So if there was an actual proper setup where you could play controller on League, then yeah, sure, why not? I'll get back into League and play on controller. But, otherwise, I mean, you could probably like kind of configure your controller, but it's gonna be like really, really scuff to do. Like, you could probably set it up, but the problem is, of course, like movement, because since it's not naturally like set up, you'd have to like technically click, and using a joystick on a controller as your mouse is a pain in the butt. So that's gonna be like the main problem that I can see if you're gonna do controller with League, because it doesn't naturally have. Does it have WASD controls? I don't know. Like, I haven't played League in so long, so I don't know if you can move characters via WASD or arrow keys. Which if you can now, then nice. That makes it easier a little bit, I guess. But if you still need a click on screen just to make a move, then that's gonna be a problem. Because that's gonna be like the main issue with configuring your controller to do that. And that's why I won't touch it. That's why I won't touch it. But I will play Pokemon Unite. Like, I've expressed a couple times that I'm slightly interested in playing Pokemon Unite. So, that might be something down the line, I guess, if I ever have time for it or make time for it. Of course, the last one, bitter tasting food. Yes, I don't like bitter. Um, bitter is the one flavor I can't stand. If it's masked enough, then yeah, bitter melon, no, thank you. I've had it a couple times. I don't know. I really don't like bitter melon. I can't. I mean, there are ways to cook. There have been like some ways it was cooked that I could kind of stand it, but for the most part, I try to avoid bitter melon. Then also like anything that's like spicy and bitter, like I said, like the reason why I don't really like bulldog noodles is because I taste the bitter in it more than anything besides the spice. So that's why I don't care for like regular spicy bulldog noodles. Like I have to like add something on top of it to like make me enjoy it for the most part. So yeah, bitter foods I don't really like. I can't really, it just turns my stomach off for the most part. So yeah. Then any personal goals? Yeah, so just some things I do. Granted, these are just like some are like short-term goals, some are long-term goals, some are kind of shooting for the stars. But we're who knows what can happen. I believe in Murphy's Law. Whatever that can happen will happen. So anyway, for personal goals, of course, keep Earth safe from the index. That's my number one goal. That's why I'm here. I gotta make sure that the Earth dimension is stays alive and kicking. We can't let the index win. So if they ever invade, I will do my hardest to protect this world from that danger. Of course, lessen my gaming backlog, which admittedly the reason why I started streaming was because my gaming backlog was kind of getting worse and worse over time. Mainly because I spent, like, for a while I was spending more time like playing with friends, which there's nothing wrong with that, but I was buying all these games, and unfortunately all those games were just sitting on a cabinet or in my list, not being touched at all. So like I figured streaming might be like a good way to focus on like solo playing more often. Granted, like, like people can like ask collab with me, and collaborations are a thing, but I figured I'd try to use streaming as like my way to like focus on like completing my games, because I figured if somebody was watching me play through some of my games, that would kind of help me complete them. That was my reasoning behind it anyway. So which since starting streaming, I have beaten quite a bit of games. I've gone through the whole Blaster Master series. I've beaten Mass Effect 1, 2, 3. Granted, I still need to get to Mass Effect Andromeda, but we'll eventually I'll do that. I've played Resident Evil 4 Remake. I've played Dead Space, which are horror games. Which I will try to play other horror games. Though I usually save the horror games for October as like spooky month. So this coming spooky month, maybe I might play like maybe Silent Hill 2, which is actually sitting in my backlog. So who knows? I'll try to play like horror games every now and then. Do I want to? Not really, because admittedly I'm not a horror fan. Well, I like watching horror, but horror games have never been my thing. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I do have Silent Hill 2 sitting in my backlog. I might try to play that. Maybe I might try playing like more retro horror games as well. We'll see. I do play Repo. Granted, like I said, I play Repo with friends. So yeah, I might. I do boot that up every now and then because I do have dedicated groups that like playing Repo. So granted, I don't have Repo lined up this week, but I have friends that'll invite me, so I do play it every now and then. It's pretty fun. I like it. I definitely like it more than Lethal Company, mainly because like I think the one thing I didn't like about Lethal Company was you being kind of time constrained, because you had a specific time limit to get off the planet and everything. And I like that Repo, you don't have to rush. You can take your time looking for items and stuff. Granted, the longer you take, the more monsters will spawn, and that's not good as well. But I don't know, Repo, and I guess because Repo looks more silly, that's why I've been enjoying it, because Repo has a more silly factor to it compared to Lethal Company. So yeah, repo is fun. I like it. I love repo. Of course, another one, build a chill, fun and chill community. Like, I do have a Discord. You guys want to hang out in the Discord, you can. I will admit I'm not the best Discord member in general because I'm a part of so many Discords, and yet I'm not I'm not really active in any of them. I might like peek in from time to time, and like especially if I feel like I got pinged by something, then I might peek in there. But I don't really like post a lot, admittedly. Like I need to get better at that. I need to use especially my own Discord. I need to use it more. But I do want to make a good community with you guys, just a community of friends that just can hang out and talk about, similar things, whether it's food or games or giant robots. If you want a place to talk about that stuff, my Discord's open. I do try to reply to everybody that joins there. So, at the very least, that's the one thing I try to do. Besides, like trying to post up things more often, it keeps staying in the area to look for loot. Yep, yeah, that's why it's kind of fun. That's why I like repo. Run a successful charity stream. That's just something I kind of want to do with this channel specifically. I do want to try doing charity stuff sometime down the line because just it's just doing raising money while gaming just sounds like a good idea for me and in general. Like I said, me streaming personally, I'm not streaming to make money. I don't plan to make this my primary job or anything. Like my Dimension Driver duties is always going to be my main job. Like that's going to be my main source of it. So streaming is more like a hobby for me. But of course, if I could do something like run a charity stream and raise big money for a good cause, that I think that would be kind of cool, because at the end of the day, I'm here to give back to people. I'm not here to take from people. So if one of these days, if I can figure out some stuff, I might try to do my own charity stream sometime. So that's just something in the future that I want to do specifically for here. Of course, maybe learn to sing well enough to make a cover song. I'm not the best singer, but I've always entertained the thought of making a cover or just singing a cover in general. There are a lot of I love video game music especially, or video game music and anime themes and openings. There's a lot that I like listening to and try to sing along to every now and then. So the idea of making a cover has always intrigued me, to say the least. So I kind of do want to do one eventually. Granted, I don't think I have the best voice in the world, especially because probably because of all the spicy food and acid reflux and stuff. I don't think my voice is as good as it used to be when I was younger. So that's something that's, I don't know, maybe a pipe dream if anything, but it's something I do want to try to do someday. If I can, if I ever get to it. That's just a little dream. Shoot, I forgot to put something here. I'm missing one. There was another one that I technically put, because I had to redo this slide actually. There was one goal I put here that I kind of left out. It would be cool if somehow me and Babkatha can get featured in a game sometime. Whether it's a fan game or hell, if ever my character extra one pause. What do you mean extra one pause? What? Ugh, God, sorry. It's food. The food's kind of getting to me right now, so oh my goodness. But yeah, if ever me and Babkatha can get featured in a game, that would be one extra goal. Yeah, pretty much. Because I forgot to put it in here. There was supposed to be one extra one that I technically had, but I redid the slide, but I forgot to add it back in. But if me or Babkatha could get featured in a game, that would be really cool. It's I love gaming, so me having my own character in a game, my likeness and everything, has always been a good dream of mine. So if that could happen someday, that would be especially cool in my part. That means that would be my peak right there. Me being in a video game. That's one of the things that I would absolutely love to happen someday. Granted, that's a pipe dream too. I don't know. I don't know that'll happen. It could happen, but who knows? And of course, the last tweet is, of course, have fun streaming for everyone. Like, at the end of the day, I'm here to just have fun with you guys. You know, I'm just, you know, trying to hang out with it. Yeah, I treat this kind of like, how would I describe it? You know, I mentioned it before, but I have a sibling, and I used to pretty much together with my sibling, me and him would play games together, and especially during the time when I'd be busy with, you know, military training and everything, and I didn't have time to really like play with him, I would at least like watch him in the background. And you know, and of course, like, you know, when I'm playing a game, he'd also watch me in the background. So like, I've always liked that about gaming, just being able to just like sit around and like play a game and like, you know, banter with somebody else. That's kind of like one thing I kind of miss, especially now that, you know, I don't live with family anymore, so it's harder for me to do that since I'm technically on my own. So just having, you know, having people around to play, you know, to at least watch me play games is nice. So that's what makes me like enjoy this, essentially. Like, you know, having people like come in, hang out, maybe like talk about the game I'm playing and everything, or just gaming in general. That's what makes me happy. I enjoy this a lot. Hello, Kinar, how you doing? Thank you very much for becoming a midnighter. So yeah, those are like my goals right now. Those are the things I kind of want to accomplish with this channel. There might be others as well, but those were like the main ones that came to mind when I made this slide over here. So, but there might be others as well. You know, who knows? Over time, more goals will be made, and some goals might be changed. So we'll see how it goes. All right, next slide. So this next slide is a little special one. So this is a special credit slide over here. You know, this is my way of shouting out 3 important people that kind of made Hirosaki possible. That made me possible. Of course, the first one in the list is always going to be Art Mom. It's gonna be Miss Somi Studio, or Somi Studios in general. You know, she is Somi Studios on Twitter. I got her VGen over here. If you ever want to commission her, she does make a whole bunch of stuff. She can make PNG tubers. She can make live 2D models. She can make you assets for your stream, emotes, just anything you need. She is really good. She also makes her own merch as well, because she goes to conventions. So if ever, you know, she gets, I know she makes like merch for Honkai, for Genshin. So if you want to check those out, feel free to do so. She does a lot. She's just a great artist in general. She worked really hard in designing, you know, my character. Maybe one of these days I'll kind of show you guys like the other like the other models that we had in the works before we decided on this one, because we went back and forth a lot before we settled on the current look for Hirosaki. So, and she works really hard for you. Like, tell her what you want, and she does go above and beyond in making what you want. So, if ever you need someone to create an original character for you, I will always vouch for Sobi. Another person that I do want to give a special spotlight to, though, is my rigger dad and good friend over here, which is Shatra, or Shatra 399. I don't think he's here right now, even though I kind of told him about this, but I guess he won't be hearing this, I guess. But I want to give a special shout out to Shatra, because if it was not for him, I would not have met Sobi. Me and Shatra have actually been friends a little bit even before I decided to become a VTuber. Granted, he was the rigger for 2 other friends I had, but me and him kind of bonded because, at least at the time when we started talking to one another, he was getting into building Gundams. So that's how we kind of bonded, because of, you know, Gunpla. So like eventually when I finally made the decision to try becoming a VTuber, you know, he was the first one I talked to help me find an artist to commission. And one of the people he ended up suggesting was Somi, which is, you know, because he does work together with Somi. They are a duo every now and then. And so I got in touch with Somi, and if not for him, you know, I wouldn't be here right now. So Shatra is like the main, honestly, the main person that made this, one of the main persons that made this happen. Because if I didn't meet Shatra, I wouldn't have met Somi, and if I didn't meet Somi, then I wouldn't, you know, I wouldn't exist. So he gets special attention, especially because, you know, I even told him, like, once, you know, I wasn't going to choose any other rigger because of him. Like, you know, once I settled on like Somi being my artist, you know, I swore that once I transitioned into live 2D, he would be my rigger. You know, I wouldn't have anybody else. Like, he was the only one that I was going to commission for this. So I'm glad to have him as my, you know, to be able to call him my rigging dad. He worked really hard. He does a good job as well. If you need a rigger, whether you already have a pre-built model or not, you know, do commission him as well, because he is very talented. You know, both him and Somi are very underrated, and their prices are very fair. I will say that as well. If you're looking for somebody who will not break your wallet but have excellent quality, please hire these two. Don't hesitate. Please hire these two. They do a great job. You know, I will always vouch for these two right here. And of course, my third special shout out, of course, I want to give is to my mecha artist, Kima, or Poru Kima. He's not here right now either because he doesn't really watch streams. So he does. I don't know if he knows that this is happening right now. I don't think he knows that I'm shouting him out right now, but do check him out as well. He is the designer, well, the second designer for Babkatha. Technically, I had another artist, but I ended up switching artists because the previous artist kind of took too long in designing my original model. So Kima is like the second designer for Babkatha, and he did a really good job. You know, as you can see, he was the one who made the reference sheet for Babkatha Arisen, and he's also the one who is designing the index. He was the one who made the first one, as well as the sketches on the side over there, and we are definitely gonna be cooking up more indexes for you guys to see. I'm currently also trying to figure out how to implement the index onto streams. I do want to try to make a little game on stream where we fight the index, but I need to figure that out first. There's a few things I'm gonna try to work on for that, but of course I want to at least make more designs before we try to do that. Yes, like the Lust class. Yes. We will get on that. I'm not so sure which one he'll want to make next. Well, I have to discuss with him. Like, it's another one is gonna be coming. Just letting you know, because I already queued up another one with him, or I'm about to queue up another one with him. Is it like Taiho shaped? Oh, maybe we'll think about it. I will think about it. Maybe Taiho shaped. I will see. Maybe Modernia shaped. Maybe Red Hood shaped. I don't know. Maybe what are they called? Maybe Chariot shaped. Like what are they called again? The Abyssals, whatever they're called in Azure Lane. I can't remember what they're called. I'm sorry. My brain's not working right now. The spice is getting to my brain. It's hard for me to think. So yeah, we'll be working on more. Of course, it's not going to be limited to the 7 cardinal sins. There might be more designs as well. But you know, right now, that's the current limit that we're gonna make at the very least for the moment. As for my hood, wait, my hood. Oh wait, you can't really mess with my hood because because technically, since my jacket is off, you can't take my hood off. Give me a second. Let me fix that. Put this on. And then since you mess with my hood, there we go. I'll put it on manually. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, no, because I forgot that because if my jacket is off, you can't mess with my hood. So that's the only problem with it. So I'll have to do it manually. Okay, but yeah, those were the 3 special shoutouts that I just wanted to make. You know, like I said, they're the three very talented artists that made all this possible. So if not for them, like I said, I would not be here right now. I mean, maybe I would, but it would be in a different form, probably with a different name. Who knows? But yeah, I am who I am right now because of these 3. Okay. Anyway, final slide. This is the last one. My stomach's on fire, actually. My stomach's burning, I'm sorry. Last slide. So tags, just some simple stuff to go through. Last one. So live tag, as you know, is hashtag 000arise. This is the tag I've been using for forever, ever since I started. The main one I created. Whenever I go live, that's a tag I'll have up. So if ever you want to look through like my posts, that's the tag you put up. Or at least like anything related to like when I'm going online or to my schedule. Yeah, that's the tag I use. Art tag, it's just something I recently made. It's gonna be O arts or hashtag 000arts. That's if ever anyone actually wants to make fan art of me, you can put that on the tag if you want to share it, and that should be the way for me to find it easier if you actually use that tag. So I made that. Of course, the fan name is Midnighters. You know, that's what I call you guys. Like I said, like if you guys weren't here for the very first slide, it's because, you know, my name is Hirosaki Reiji, which technically means midnight. So that's where Midnighters comes from. It's because, you know, if you actually translate the kanji to my name, it's because it translates to midnight. Also, I guess I don't know if anyone's actually curious, but if you guys don't know where the 000 comes from, it's, I guess you could say it's my way or my code to shortcutting Reiji. Because basically the 3 zeros is if you put, you know, if you put a colon between the first and second 0, it would be, you know, 0 o'clock or 000, which essentially translates to midnight, you know, 0th hour. So that's why I use 000. That's basically the 3 zeros mean Reiji, because Reiji roughly translates to 0 hour or 0 time. So that's the reasoning behind that, if you guys were actually wondering about it. Meme tag, Memesaki, if you actually want to make memes out of me, sure, why not? Go ahead, make some jokes, crack a joke or two, I don't mind. You can use that. You can use that hashtag. If you get the bald toggle, it will become... That's a thing, because technically I should have used 4 zeros. Especially when we're doing military time, 4 zeros would have made more sense, but I really didn't want to type 4 zeros, so I settled for 3 instead. But technically, if we're being real here, 4 zeros would have been more appropriate. Not gonna lie. It was just I was too lazy to add a 4th zero. Ironically, for my business email, I only used 2 zeros instead of 3. So there's that too. Oh no. So yeah, it would have been 4 zeros, but yeah, I decided on 3 instead because 4 was too much of a hassle. It's already too much to type, and it already sounds weird for text to speak. They'll say like 0, 0, 0, 0 or 0, 0, 0. So it's like, it's weird. I don't know. I don't want to put people through that, so I just settled for 3. And the Oshi marks, it took me a while to figure out what to use, honestly. Like, I could have used the robot emoji, but the robot emoji looked weird. So we got a shooting star here, which, because it's a blue, like, comet shooting star, that technically could be me inside the Babkata flying around. So we got the blue comet over here, and then a clock, which technically is set to 12 o'clock, or, you know, midnight. So those are the Oshi marks I decided to put on here. Took me a while to figure it out, because I was like sitting, like literally I spent maybe an hour looking through the emojis, like really trying to think, like, do I really want to use this? So should I use this? Like, it took me a while. I wasted so much time thinking about the Oshi mark. That was like the hardest for me. I'm sorry. Yeah, those are the ones I settled on.
Katsumi says, oh, I wanted to know how it sounded.
Oh god. Yes, exactly. That's why. It already feels weird because I do have like, I know those are, yeah, exactly, those are zeros, but it's like but some people might say 0. But yeah, that's why. Because I know like there was like one person who streams. There's one person stream that I watch every now and then where all their chat is text to speech. So every time a person types, it's text to speech. So like just hearing my Hirosaki VT says, I'm like, God, that's a mouthful. So yeah, it's a lot. Okay, but yeah, that was the last slide. I only prepared 6 slides. I do want to, like, one of the things I do want to do is like actually make more like lore related streams, I guess. I do want to either streams or videos. I do want to make like lore related videos about my character because I do like lore building. That's the reason why I wanted to do this in the first place, because I like writing. Like one of the things I actually liked to do in the past was writing stories and creating characters and all that. So this is, I guess, my way of like that. This is, I guess, the one talent that I still kind of have is like lore building. So I want to at least share this with you guys. Oh my god, I'm starting to burp a lot more often now because of the spice. Oh my goodness. Okay. But yeah, and with that, that's the stream. That's the introductory lore stream, everyone. Oh my goodness. You know what? Because I'm done. Yeah, because there's nothing after this. That's it. Like everything else is the old slides. So that's it. That's all for my lore for now. We will eventually like dive into like more specifics. Maybe I'll talk about my homeworld. Maybe I'll go into details about the magic, like the magical power we Alterans possess. Maybe a more dedicated stream for the index as well when I finally have their designs all rolled out. I can talk about them one by one. Oh my god, milk tastes so good. Oh my god, my milk is like lukewarm now. It's not cold anymore. Taiho Lust class. Homeworld lore, yes. I do want to try to delve into some of, especially Altera. I do want to try to introduce my world to you guys, talk about that, everything in general. Oh, let me go back to this screen a little bit. We can end this part. There we go. We're back. Back in my room. I love this room, I swear. Like I said, I'm gonna credit the guy that made this room specifically sometime when I can. Why do I have a purple outline? What the heck? Shoot. Is it because of... Oh my god. So, let me change this real quick. Let me change the background. Maybe that's why. Why do I have a magenta outline? Let me see. Let me change it to something else. Let's see. Color picker. Change it to black, I guess. Maybe that'll hide it, I guess. There we go. Okay. Yeah, now I have like a black outline instead of... Yeah, that was weird because like it gave me a magenta outline instead. There we go. So now I just have since the background is black, now I just have like a more... You can't really see an outline anymore as much. There we go. Nice. But yeah, this is my room, by the way. Yeah, you can see my not actual streaming setup, but my streaming setup over there. I think I've shown this to Somi once, but I don't think she's really seen it as good. And as you can see, I have some gunpla over here. Yes, I actually do have a Dreamcast. I love it. I'm not gonna lie though, I've never owned a Dreamcast in my life. But somehow, a Dreamcast managed to find its way to my home. Oh my goodness. Of course, you can see some of the gunpla in the background, which, some of these I actually do own. I do own an Epion. I wish I owned a Destiny. I don't actually own a Destiny. I do have... Granted, my Wing Zero custom is not actually in a box. It's actually built, but I do own a Wing Zero custom. I need to get one and play Berserk. Like, Berserk? Which Berserk game was on the Dreamcast? I really need to learn all these things, like... Because I'm not actually familiar with Berserk on the Dreamcast? Like, I know the whatchamacallit, there is a Berserk game, there is a Berserk? Even see, I don't think even Wong knew about that. Look at that. What kind of game is that? No, I'm actually like sipping on milk right now to try to cool down. He's like my Susumu even. Ooh. It's super bloody. Everybody has gallons of blood to spare. Oh my god. Okay. I'm actually. But what kind of game is it though? Like, is it like an actual? Is it like a hack and slash like the Dynasty Warriors one? Or like Guts Rage was localized, Switch is wild. Hack and slash. Okay. Interesting. I'll look it up sometime. That sounds kind of interesting. That sounds kind of cool. Oh my god, milk tastes so good. Oh, it actually helps. Granted, like most of the spice did kind of dissipate, like over time. But yeah, like I'm definitely gonna need to take some Pepto-Bismol or something after stream. Oh my goodness. Oh, the spice. But like I said, it wasn't as bad as that duck curry I had. That duck curry was the worst one. Because like I was like hella high. I had that super spice high after eating that one. This one I don't feel the spice high. I just feel the burn. Oh, okay. What else? But yeah. I'm not gonna lie though, I've always wanted to, like, you know, like I am trying to collect retro consoles. Like I do have some. Like I have an N64, which I've never owned an N64 in my life. Well, I have an N64. I'm of course recollecting PlayStations because, like I said, PlayStation was the main console I owned growing up. So I have like a PS1, PS2, a PS3, 4, and 5. I don't have the Wii, but I do have a Wii U. I've mentioned it a couple times, but the sole reason why I bought a Wii U, sorry, excuse me. The sole reason I bought a Wii U was to play Xenoblade Chronicles X, because I really wanted to play Xenoblade Chronicles X. So I ended up, that was like the sole game that I had on the Wii U for the longest time before I caved and bought Mario Kart and Smash on the Wii U also. And those are literally the only 3 games I own for the Wii U. Just those 3. Like I said, and most of my time was like spent playing Xenoblade Chronicles. So I have a Wii U. Don't have a Wii though. Like I've like it's mostly like my relatives that had the Wii, so I go over to their place and play that. But yeah, I do want to try to get my hands on a Dreamcast, maybe for fun. Especially if I can get my hands on a like, Power Stone on the Dreamcast, because like the main thing I always played with on a Dreamcast with my cousin was Power Stone. That's really the only game that I can remember on the Dreamcast, really, because like I could swear there was like other. Well, I think I watched my cousin play one of the Resident Evil games, Code Veronica. I think like I watched my cousin play Code Veronica on the Dreamcast, if I remember correctly. I'm trying to remember right now, but like whenever we played together, it was usually Power Stone 2. Thank you for the reminder. I gotta check out the Fighting Collection. Ah, right. Yeah, I do need it. I still need to get that, honestly. I just don't know where I want to get it on. Which, you know, hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Where do you plan on buying the Fighting Collection? Tone, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Like Jets. Oh, you're right. Yeah, I think I did watch him play Jet Set Radio. I think I remember that too. I kinda remember that one. Megatroid just didn't have it. Okay. Well, I'll get on the Switch then. Jet Set Radio! Maybe Crazy Taxi also, I don't know. I don't know if he played it. I don't know if I watched him play Crazy Taxi on the Dreamcast also. I do remember Jet Set Radio a little bit though. Granted, I don't know which one he played. If it was the first or the second. If there was a second. There was a second, right? I'm not imagining things. Birthday Cake, I think, was my favorite song. Oh god. Jet Set Radio is for the Dreamcast. Oh, okay. 2 was on Xbox. Oh my goodness. Yeah, just remembering things. Too bad no Bon Appetit. Yeah. Too bad. But yeah. So yeah, Dreamcast would be nice. Of course, you can see that there's a Switch over there. I have to like lean over a little bit. You can see the PS5 over there as well, which is, you know, the Switch and the PS5 are the main ones I play on, as you guys know. So, I can't. Is that a PS2? I can't tell. I'm not so sure what else he put. Granted, I'm kind of zoomed out right now, so I can't really see the image as good as I should. Is that a PS? I think that's a PS2 there as well. And I'm not so sure what's beside. Is that a Sega Saturn? I can't tell if that's a Sega Saturn beside the Dreamcast. Which, mind you, I've actually owned a Sega Saturn before. Granted, I've only had like a few games on the Sega Saturn. Like, let me move myself to the side a little bit though. Like, of course, if you want to see, like, there's more Gunpla over here as well. Like, I have a extra shelf of Gunpla in the back over here too. Now that front, it looked like a Saturn. I'm actually not sure either. Yeah, I'm not so sure. Because like when I commissioned the guy to make the room, all I specified was PS5 and Switch. Those are the only two consoles I specified. So them adding all these other ones, maybe it might be a Sega. I don't know. It might be. I'm not 100% sure because I've never. Well, I kind of owned a Sega CD and a Sega Genie, but it was like a second hand from my cousin, and I only owned it for a while. So I kind of owned one for a little bit, but like I never really played it too much, admittedly. Although I did play it a lot for Fatal Fury, which is why I love Fatal Fury. So it might be a Sega. I'm not so sure. I just it definitely doesn't look like a PlayStation. The CD logo and controller port placement. Yeah, that's why. Like it looks familiar, but I'm not 100% sure what it is. Okay. Well, back over here. But yeah, it's not tall enough. Yeah, that's why. If it had the Sega CD thing, it would be, because it's supposed to be like, it looks like something, one thing stacked on another kind of thing, right? So who knows? Either way, yeah. I mean, he kind of got my room right because, like I said, I do own, like, you know, several retro consoles. It's not technically the right ones, but he got the detail right at the very least. Which isn't something that I actually asked. I don't think I asked for it. I don't know. I have to double check my thing. If you find out, let me know. Yeah, sure. Yeah, no problem. Okay, but yeah, that's it for the L2D Debut. Thank you guys for, of course, stopping by and seeing my guy come to life. Like, you know, I do appreciate everybody that came by and hang out with me to watch this little event. See me suffer a little bit with the spicy food. What time's it? Only 1 o'clock. Jeez. I'm gonna probably take a little bit of a break first. Like I said, I'm gonna try to let my stomach settle a little bit. So maybe an hour, maybe 2 hours. If I'm feeling up for it, I might try to stress test Night Rain. Because like I said, I can run Night Rain, but I don't know if I can run it while streaming. And I'm actually gonna try to run my live 2D model at the same time. So it's gonna be a little bit of a stress test to see if I can stream with my model, with Night Rain, and everything. So we're gonna, I'll try to experiment with that in a little bit. But like I said, I'll see how I'm feeling, because like I said, my stomach does hurt right now because of the spicy, because of the noodles. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna have to take like some Tums or something, because I can feel the reflux coming. Oh my goodness. I'm not gonna throw up. Don't worry about that. I'm not gonna puke, because it's definitely gonna stay in my gut. Just tummy hurt, tummy burn. Okay. Alright. And yeah, thanks for hanging out with me. Wherever you guys are in the world, hope you guys have a good morning, afternoon, and evening. And if you're gonna go sleep, good night. Just make sure you eat good, rest well, and always stay safe and healthy. I have been your host of the Zeroth Hour, Hirosaki Reiji, your Dimension Driver, pilot of the Babkata, streamer for a variety of things, not limited to this little special event we have right now. And like I said, maybe I'll see you guys in an hour or two. Let me just settle down a little bit, and we'll try for light rain. Like because I think if I remember correctly, there is a tutorial section in the start. So I'm gonna try to play through the tutorial, and maybe I'll try to play solo a little bit. There are 2 characters specifically that I know I'm going to use, so I might as well. I could probably do a little bit of solo runs, maybe try to unlock some stuff in between, because it's a Souls game, and you guys kind of know I actually do like my Souls-like. Yeah, catch you guys when I can. We're not gonna raid out to anybody just yet, just in case I do come back. I feel weird raiding it to somebody when I'm probably gonna stream again. So no raid for now. Well, we're gonna end it here. I'll see you guys when I can. Take care. Big shout out again to Sobi and Shatra for making this model come to life. Like I said, I love it. Like I've had this for like what, a month now? 2 months? When did we finish this? I think we finished it in March, actually. Like, it's been like 2 or 3 months since I've had this model. It's been sitting around. So sorry it took me a while to bring this guy around, but I was originally saving this for another event that's gonna happen this one, but I don't know what I'm gonna do when that happens, because technically my stream anniversary is coming up, you know, on the 29th. So there's that too. But anyway, yeah, take care. I love you guys. I'll see you guys when I can.